Stu tries to repair the water faucet in the bathroom. The doorbell rings, but as Stu is clumsy at the moment, Dee Dee answers the door instead. Chaz is there with Chucky as well as a toilet adapter, so Chucky can be switched to the toilet from the clown training potty. Dee Dee promises she and Stu will help with the transition, then takes Chucky outside where the other 3 babies plus Spike are. Tommy greets Chucky, who is acting a bit strange. Turns out Chucky has to urinate but doesn't want to because the grown-ups watch and it makes him uncomfortable. Tommy says Chucky could go out in the tree, like Spike does. Chucky's unsure at first, but quickly decides to do so, as long as nobody watches. Tommy and the others promise to look at a flower instead, which they do and get Spike to do so as well. However, Dee Dee happens to see Chucky pulling down his pants and rushes over gently, scolding Chucky for trying to use the tree. She carries him off to the bathroom where Stu and Chaz have just put the adapter seat over the regular toilet seat. All 3 grown-ups give Chucky encouragement and promise to stay there so he won't be afraid, unaware of Chucky's discomfort. A short time later, Dee Dee brings Chucky back outside, telling him not to worry. They'll try again later. Tommy asks Chucky if he went, but Chucky explains that he could not urinate with the grown-ups watching, even though he tried. He's a little upset that it wasn't okay to use the tree, but Tommy insists it used to be fine as he's seen Spike using it and not getting in trouble. Will suggests the grown-ups change their rules, and the others conclude that must have been what happened. A few moments later, Spike walks on over into the tree. Maybe stop Spike so he won't get in trouble, but Chucky points out that Spike just can't stop going potty. Tommy agrees, says that they'll just teach Spike a different method, and declares himself to be Spike's daddy. Chucky says he'll be Spike's other daddy, and Phil says the twins will be Spike's Uncle Bill and Aunt Harriet. Spike is brought up to Tommy's bedroom, where the babies try to powder and diaper Spike. First they chase him all over the room, but with no success. The babies become puffed out from running all over the place, but aren't sure what to do. Tommy gets an idea and starts to pet and scratch Spike's belly. Spike lays on his back, allowing Chucky to apply the powder, and the twins put on the diaper. Spike, however, rips the diaper off and apart to their disappointment. Will wonders what to do now, and Chucky comes up with a solution. Back outside, the babies bring the clown training potty over to a sleeping Spike and get him situated on it. Chucky explains that they wait for Spike to go and then tell him he's a good boy for using the potty. Then, like Tommy's parents did a long time ago, 4 of them wait for Spike to go. Spike eventually wakes up, and just when they think it's going to work, Spike gets up and pees on the tray instead. Spike is led to the bathroom. As the babies have to say that Spike is a big boy dog, he needs to use a big boy potty. However, Spike won't sit on the toilet when they tell him to sit on the potty. It's decided Spike doesn't know how and needs someone to show him. All eyes are on Chucky. Chucky says he'll only pretend to go potty and nobody can watch him get on there. Tommy, the twins, and Spike all turn around allowing Chucky to climb on and sit. Chucky tells them they can turn around when he's ready and explains to Spike the potty is comfy and much better to use than the tree. However, the dripping faucet causes Chucky to need to go again, really bad. He doesn't want to be watched, so he tells everyone to quickly get out of there. Before the babies can get the door open, Stu informs from outside, allowing the others to run out. Seeing Chucky on the potty, Stu correctly thinks that Chucky is ready to use the potty again. Chucky, horrified at the idea of being watched, hops down and rushes out the door as well. Dee Dee is walking inside with the clown potty, wondering why it's in the backyard. And Spike, Tommy, Phil, and Will dash past, shortly followed by Chucky. Chucky is horrified to see the potty missing. Spike urinates on the tree again. Dee Dee and Stu look on. Tommy says the grown-ups changed their rules again. Chucky is glad because he needs to go worse than ever. So bad, he doesn't even care if they watch. Chucky walks to the tree, stands next to Spike, and proceeds to urinate on the tree. Tommy watches Chucky and thinks that using the tree looks like fun. The twins agree and the 3 of them urinate on the tree too. Dee Dee and Stu are horrified by the sight, and Dee Dee has Stu to call lip shits while the babies are blissfully unaware. Angelica apparently has a real talent as an artist. However, not everyone thinks it is so. In addition, her talent has a hidden